This guy's walking away now to the board, and I'm screaming, "Hey, old man!" Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today is a special video because it's the Tales of DB episode number 2, and so I'm pretty excited to bring you this video. But if you haven't seen episode 1, go check it out. I'll put a card up in the corner for you to see it if you have time. It really comes down to being a story about gratitude, about positive mindset, and about contentment, you know? So it's pretty interesting. And so for this Tale of DB today, not only is it going to be like a funny video, but like all tales, it's also going to have some sort of life lesson, some sort of advice that you can apply to your life. So let's get started. For this video, I'm sharing a story where I was in my classroom in high school, and I was literally screaming in class, "Call my teacher an old man." But before we get to that part of the story, we got to rewind a bit farther back into like grade 9, starting off. And so in grade 9, let me give you a little background details of what was happening. I did not want to go to the school at all. I was such an angry kid at this time of my life. I was really depressed because all I wanted to do was skate. You know, I just wanted to skateboard. That's all I was thinking about. That's all I was doing. And if I wasn't skating, I was probably like watching videos or something. And so that was the sort of mind space that I was in. And so when I had to go to school and sit down and learn about random stuff, it didn't really jive with me. And I was just really angry. And so with that sort of depressed, angry state, and the reasons for that is not just because, I wanted to skate. There's some other reasons, but we'll save that for another time, another tale maybe. But really, I was just like in this depressed spot. And, with that, I didn't really want to talk to too many people. I kept my friend group really, really close in because most of my friends were at the skate park, right? So it was like, should I make friends at school? I didn't really care, So I just like was in the back, and it didn't help that I had like allergies at that time, so my eyes were like super red, and holding a skateboard, looks like I was on drugs or something. Right? All the stereotypes about that. But with that depression, that anger growing and brewing, that sort of energy had to like flow somewhere. And so I sort of just fueled that into this anger towards the school itself. And with that, you can't just get angry at the building, obviously. You have to get angry at someone. And that was the teachers, obviously, because they were in charge, right? And so every teacher, every class that I was in, I was just that kid who was sort of defiant, They told us to wear uniforms. I'd put like a hoodie on. I was just that kid, man. I was just like a savage and just being annoying. I was on my phone or whatever. I don't know what I was doing. I was trolling. I never did my homework in class, but seemed to pull through with the marks at the end. So it is what it is. But yeah, I was just that kid, I was that angry kid. And I remember in grade 9, this was like the French class. And so I had this teacher that was never there. We always had these supplies every single day. And it was just like, wow, we never get to see this teacher. We saw her like once at the beginning of the semester. And so it was just a bunch of supplies just coming in every single day, month after month. And so me being that defined kid, when she came back finally, she came into class, went to like the front of the room, got like her, those papers where they show like the homework and what to go to. So she tells the class, like, hey, go to the textbook, page number here, we're gonna go through these questions. And I was sitting on the side of the class, right? And I was angry at these teachers, like I said before. There's no reason for me to be angry at this teacher, but I wanted to poke fun at her anyway. And so you know what I said? I said, hey, what are you doing? Hey, where's the actual teacher? Oh my goodness. It was a witty comment, but it was absolutely mean, honestly. Like, come on. And so that's what happened. I was just that kid. And I feel bad about that to this day. And so time goes on. I sort of transformed to doing just like screaming in the middle of class. And so what I mean by this is that I would literally be sitting in the back, just sitting in the back of class. I was always in the back of the class because you could literally just do anything in the back. You could eat food, you could play on your phone or whatever. So I was always there, but I would always be screaming in the middle of class. I'd be like saying, hey, or yeah, just screaming randomly, bro. And it was actually, I actually had a friend in one of these classes. He was sitting with me, heard me saying that a few times, like, bro, what are you doing? He found it funny because it was just so random and just like sporadic, you know. There's no reason for this. Like the teacher's literally teaching and you just hear like a yo from the back. But this guy, man, he was vibing with it. He started doing it too. He started screaming and just randomly screaming yo and 8, 7, 10, just like random screams. And we literally played a game in the back of the class while we were like feasting. Not even supposed to eat in the back of the class, but I guess this teacher was like, yeah, whatever, these kids are dumb. So he let us like troll. And basically the game was this. It was called the yo game. And so I was like telling my friend, hey, whoever screams yo the loudest wins. I'm gonna scream yo and then you're gonna scream yo. You have to always go higher than the last person. And then, you know, when you can't say yo any louder, then you lose. So, you know, we'd start off with like a whisper, it's like a yo. And then the next person has to be a bit louder, be yo. And soon we'll literally be like screaming in the middle of class. We'll be like, yo! Just randomly screaming. And, you know, I swear the teacher was just like so fed up with us. But, you know, I think he just knew like we were like just freaks. We never did the homework or anything. Just in the back of class trolling. So, you know, he let us go by easy with that. But that was funny. In another class, though, I started to develop other types of things to say. I was like screaming literally random, like gibberish sometimes. I was saying like number 2, just randomly screaming. Oh my goodness. I was in physics class, and literally every time I finished a question, every time I like got an answer, I was screaming. I'm like, yeah, let's go! I was like screaming in the back. Oh my goodness, me and my friend were like going crazy out here. And like, there's literally no meaning to this, but it was just some sort of way, because I was just sort of angry at the school, man. Angry at the teachers. I just want to be that nuisance. But for some reason, I never got in trouble. You know, I never got in trouble for any of these things, which is sort of weird, because literally I'm interrupting class. And so because I was never getting in trouble, you know, I kept getting more comfortable with screaming in class and just being a nuisance. So I wanted to up the ante. And so at this time, like middle school to high school, like grade 9 or whatever, I was in cadets. Basically what happened there was that we'd basically have to like stand at attention or whatever, and then when there's like this higher officer comes in, you have to like say sir to them or ma'am. We were doing drill, so we'd be like marching around and whatever, and they'd be like screaming at us and we'd have to like scream back calling them sir and stuff. And so I was like, coming back to school now, I was like, bro, I can take that and make that my own. So I was literally in class just randomly just screaming sir at the teacher. If it was a male teacher, I'd be just literally like my head down, trying to like look like I'm doing homework, and then I just randomly scream sir and then just keep my head down. I was really being a like absolute troll. I'm sure the teacher's like, bro, who just screamed? But I think eventually they knew it was me, but they were just like, whatever, bro, this guy's an ape. You know, it wasn't enough for me to just say sir and scream sir in class. The next step was to, you know, be in a class with like a male teacher and call them ma'am, or be in a class where there's like a female teacher and call them sir. And so that's literally what me and my friends were doing, because at this point I did so much that some of my friends were joining in with me, and we were literally in the back of this other class. Literally in the back of every class, but we were in the back of this one, and there's this male teacher, man. He's teaching. He's a pretty serious guy. Everybody's sort of scared of him. But, you know, with me and the boys, we were just like being absolutely defiant, just screaming ma'am randomly, just like ma'am, just like we were playing some games, and there was this one point, it was supposed to be some sort of quiet time, like group time for like assignments, and my group was in the back, and we were just screaming ma'am all the time, like this over and over and over. We're just laughing at the back, and so the teacher's like, hey you guys, come up over here. And then I was like, oh shoot, man. Yo, I think we're sort of screwed. So I get up, and then the teacher's like, no, like, you guys, like, and he called them out by name. So he really called out my friends, not even me, even though I was the one screaming like the most. And then my friends went up and they got in trouble for like screaming and stuff. So I got away with it, man. It was crazy. And so at this point in the story, you can see how I was very, very comfortable with just like randomly screaming, like nothing happening. I was always like not getting in trouble. And so one of those days, I was feeling extra confident, extra angry, and like, you know, just in a bad mood. I was like, damn, I'm just gonna like poke fun at some teachers today. I go into this class, and I sit in the front of this class, okay? This is the first time I'm sitting at the front of the class, and this is a science class, okay? Some old man as the teacher, he comes in, obviously, and you know, he's pretty smart, right? He's an old man, some science guy, and you know, a lot of people respect him, but not me, bro, not me. I was a freak, man. Literally, like, this guy comes in, gives us like this assignment stuff. He gives my assignment back. I'm looking at him, bro, like, yeah, man. I sort of like fail. No, I didn't fail. I got like a 50 something. I got like a 50 something because like he literally told us, you know, use Canadian metrics, bro. Use Canadian units. And I literally did the exact opposite. He was writing on my notes. It was hilarious. I literally drawn on the assignment. But yeah, I was listening, absolute troll. Got it back. I was sort of angry. I was like, bro, come on, man. Like, I mean, I don't even know why I'm angry, even though I was supposed to have listened to the teacher, but I didn't. And you know, that I deserved that mark. But this guy's walking away now to the board, and I'm screaming, "Hey, old man!" Literally, like, out of nowhere, I just call him an old man, just in the middle of class, just scream it out right at the front. Oh my, this guy, I don't know, man. The teacher he wasn't having it that day. I don't know, he didn't really do anything. You know, he didn't really get angry at me. He was like, whatever, man. So that's sort of all the stories for today. I mean, screaming in class and being a nuisance, I think it's pretty funny, it's a bit wild. This sort of lesson can be very relatable to a lot of people, not just like students and teachers, but maybe it's your parents, or maybe it's your boss or something. We should always be kind to them. We should not be savages like DB was. It's just not cool, and it's just not nice, bro. Like, why are we making fun of other people? Why are we poking fun at them? Why are we getting angry at them for no reason at all? And so whenever we're frustrated with something, maybe it's like a boss gave us something that just, man, like their assignment just sucks. Or maybe it was like a professor or teacher who just like, wow, man, they just don't know how to teach or something. You're just getting angry at them. Don't get angry at them. You know, don't, honestly, like, there's no reason to be angry. Like in my last tale, bro, there's no space, there's no time for a negative mindset. And so when it comes to times of less power, like when we're working for someone, when we're like under someone, and we have to obey someone, we have to remember this verse. It's from Colossians 3:23. It says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Bro, if you're working for the Lord, no way you're gonna like make fun of them. No way you're just gonna speak badly on them, gossip about them, get angry at them. There's no way, obviously, right? And so what this verse is saying, bro, like, you gotta respect them. You can't just be like, hey, screaming all the time, calling them old man. You say, yo, just, you know, absolute waste man. Instead, actually be more respectful, be more glad and grateful for them. There's also another verse that I want to share. It's Ephesians 6:5-8. It says, slaves, obey your earthly masters with respect and fear and with sincerity of heart, just as you would obey Christ. Obey them not only to win their favor when their eye is on you, but as slaves of Christ, doing the will of God from your heart. Serve wholeheartedly as if you were serving the Lord, not people, because you know that the Lord will reward each one for whatever good they do, whether they are slave or free. And so, wow, that's like a banger verse, bro. Like, we should always be being respectful to them. It's like we're working for God, not just for like some random man. Just drop my notes. Really, this verse can apply to anyone that you're with, anyone that you're talking to. Be respectful, be sincere of heart. Don't make fun of them. Don't be gossiping. Don't be just being a troll in front of them. Unless, you know, you can be a troll and you can start screaming if you're in like the woods right here, like there's nobody around, you're not making fun of anybody. But when it's in a situation, don't make fun of others. It's just not cool. Be respectful, because the people we work for is like we're working for God. And so with that, we have to be respectful. And that's pretty much it for this video. I was sort of rambling at the end here, but that's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. I hope that you can take something away from this video and just be more respectful to others. And especially when it comes to people who are higher power than you, who are over you, who are your masters. Be kind to them and be generous to them. And always go the extra mile. If they tell you to do one thing, do extra. You know, if they don't tell you to do anything, do whatever things extra for them anyway. So always go the extra mile there. As Christians, like, it's what we're called to do. And just as humans, man, it's just like a good thing to do. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to comment below. Tell me your stories, if you can relate, which would be wild. And just what you think, you know, what you learned from this, and what you can do going forward. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, everybody. Peace out. Let's go.